to talk to you guys because I'm literally the worst interviewer on the station. But we have the headliner for tonight's show. These guys are absolutely amazing. Catfish and the Bottlemen are joining me on stage right now. Sorry, I got lost in your eyes for a second. They're just deep blue like the sea. I want to go swimming. Stop. So, how's the tour been?
Really good. Really good, ain't it, Bond?
We just started in Mexico City about 3 or 4 days ago, and that was the first time we played in Mexico, and that was one hell of a reception, and then we hightailed it over here.
You guys are known, you put on a high-energy show. You've been here in Vegas a couple times over the years, played our Sound House, God, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 years ago for us. But Mexico City, everybody knows, is even higher up than Denver, so it's like damn near 1.5 miles. Were you winded at all during that show?
Felt it on stage, didn't we? Where it was like the altitude and then the heat and then the lights and then the crowd. So yeah, you started 4 songs. It was like, I feel slightly heavier, slower than usual. Like, what's going on here?
And then you come to Vegas for a few days after that. It's not the wisest way to start a tour, really.
Yeah.
Have you been in town for a couple days, or did you just get in?
I myself got in yesterday.
That's
I love the place, but that's enough time to do some damage, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, there's some damage to be done. You guys got a show for our sister station tomorrow in Southern California. Then you've got a tour throughout the rest of the United States, but then you're going over to the UK, and then you're going down to Australia. Talk about your international tour. What is your plan for that?
After this, like you say, it's Australia, is it? We go to Denmark, then go back to the UK, then Australia, then Japan. So I think it's just the last album really pushed it a bit further internationally, so it meant we could tour all these places, and we got to go South America for the first time, got to go Mexico this time for the first time. Just got a bit done in Europe, get to go there again at the end of the year, so it's just been good being able to take it that far, you know, like with the songs picking up, especially this album as well. It's getting bigger as, you know, each song comes out.
It's climbed the alternative charts, peaked at number 2, and the album sales going very well, it seems. You guys hit platinum on your last album. This album's looking like it's probably going to do the same. What's the next big goal for Catfish and the Bottlemen? You guys have won awards over in the UK. You've sold millions of albums. You've toured almost every country on the planet. What is your next big goal as a band?
Good night's sleep.
But isn't that boring, though? Isn't that boring, though? Like, or is that just you want to be as big as you can to just relax, or do?
No, I'm joking. We absolutely we love consistently going. It's our biggest downside is not dealing with stopping. You know, yeah. We'd keep going constantly if we.
Are you writing on the road while you guys are touring, or is that more of a, you know, we're going to take some downtime to write some new stuff? How does your creative process work on something like that?
Like Bondy said there's never that much downtime anyway, so we'll tour now this album until the end of the year, and I guess halfway through the next year, and then you just go again, you go back straight in the studio. There's always songs about, so we're ready to record whenever really, but yeah, it's...
The new album came out a little over a month ago, and what is one of the things that you guys learned from this particular recording session? Is there something new you took away that you hadn't, you figured out before, or is there something new in the process that you guys experienced this time around?
We've done it. We've stayed before, like all in a house together, but this time I thought was especially good. You know, we're just living together with the studio underneath our bedroom, so
I think
we wake up every morning.
Emphasised by when we did the second album, we were all living in the same place, but we're in LA, and there's still so much at your doorstep, and like. Distractions are wrong way, but a lot going on, whereas this time we were all living in the same place, but we were in the middle of the countryside in Ireland, so the isolation is a lot more apparent, you know, yeah. Which was nice. We really liked that.
That's awesome. I mean, if you could stand the people you're working with, you know, I work with the same people every day for 4 hours a day every morning, and if you don't like them, it's very apparent. But if you're living with them, I imagine that amplifies that. But that's awesome, and love the new song, love the stuff that you guys are putting out. As far as it comes to being on the road, what is your favorite thing to do when those brief, I mean, I know you said sleep, but when those brief moments of downtime, do you guys go off on your own, or do you decide to go off as a group and experience things in these different countries and different cities?
I think it totally differs, you know. Sometimes you will all go off on night, or like, for instance, in Mexico there, I stayed a little longer to go and see a few places. Like, it's just differs with town and day, you know, there's no set thing. We don't plan outings together.
Yeah. Set up, have a few beers around the pool in the sun, something like that. Little smoke. you don't get that much time to decide. You only get a quick day off to recharge straight on stage the next night. So get to have a little drink and that, go for a good scrans or something, don't we?
When you guys were here last, or when you last did something with the radio station, it was one of our sound houses during Life is Beautiful. You stopped by, did an acoustic set, and one of the things that I don't know if all the band members were of age yet or not, and I'm pretty sure I illegally funneled you guys some beer at that point during that. I think the statute of limitations is up on that. But one of the things I really noticed and that I really liked is that you stuck around for a lot of the other bands who were performing. Who are you? What is it about music and what is it about watching other bands that you guys like? Does it inspire you? Or is it just something you just enjoy as a fan? Or what does that mean to you?
I think all of those really. And we've always said our favourite thing to do was when we were growing up was spend money on going to see your favourite band live or seeing songs live. And there's just something about the atmosphere of a gig, especially when it is, something you and all your friends are on, or you know every word to every song. So I just think the atmosphere of those things are better than anything you can really spend your money on to get a good buzz. So that's it for me. Watching a band live does that for me. How about you?
I would agree. I mean, you kind of watch a band differently when you are in a band yourself. If that's your line of work, you watch in a more active fashion. Looking for me, I'm obsessed with equipment and guitar gear and stuff like that. So I'm immersed in that sort of thing, being a bit of a geek, so there's many reasons why I enjoy going to live stuff, really.
All right, well, a lot of people are going to check it off their bucket list tonight, seeing you guys live here in Las Vegas. Well, final question, who's your bucket list band that you want to see that you haven't yet?
We were both saying Dylan the other day, weren't we? That was
I've been lucky enough to see, I've seen Springsteen, I've seen Neil Young, of them sort of elder statesmen, the proper icons. Saw Paul McCartney, we all went to see him together. Dylan's the sort of last.
There's one thing we did on a day off.
Group,
We all went together to see McCartney, didn't we? That was pretty good.
That was a good night.
Who's on the bucket list?
I'm saying Dylan for me, he's up there.
Dylan. Yeah, I'll probably go the same with you, because I go with Bondy, can't I?
Very
Have a
cool,
pipe in
guys.
there.
Well, we
Share
appreciate
an
you
ice
taking
cream.
the time today and stopping by, answering a few questions for us. But you are headlining tonight, OBC night number 2 for X107.5 here at the Chelsea. Give it up one more time for Catfish and the Bottlemen, guys.
Thanks.